I do?
T-minus 45.
Ugh, leave me be.
I'm down! Enemy spotted.
Objective acquired. Defend it.
I'm down!
Aid me!
Lethal out.
What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some runway gameplay, and today we're going to do another perk peek. We're going to be looking at Helping Hand versus Lifeline on the revive perks. So let's head over and check it out. So, of course, I'm back on the Rogue Company wiki. If you haven't already, please be sure to go and check it out. But let's look at Helping Hands first. So at the rare level, it increases the speed you revive teammates by 20%. At the epic level, it increases the speed you revive teammates by 30%. And at the legendary level, it increases the speed you revive teammates by 40%. Lifeline, very, very similar, which is very surprising, of course. At the rare level, it revives teammates 20% faster and starts their health regeneration immediately. For the epic level, it revives teammates 30% faster and starts their health regeneration immediately. And for the legendary level, it revives teammates 40% faster and starts their health regeneration immediately. So I know that some rogues have access to both, right? Saint has access to both Lifeline and also Helping Hand, which allows him to get a revive off very, very, very quickly. The rest of the characters have access to either one or the other. And of course, not all characters have access to revive perks. It is what it is at the end of the day. But do we realistically need both? And I'm going to say we absolutely do not need both of these perks in the game. I think that they could go in there and they could adjust the percentage. And also, does it really need to have the health regeneration immediately property baked into any of the revive perks? Because you have rogues that have access to stems. You have rogues that have access to abilities that allow them to gain a lot of HP back very quickly. You have access to rogues that have a higher HP pool. You have access to rogues that have armor. All of these things exist in Rogue Company, and I think that a lot of the rogues supplement the fact that you need their health regeneration to start immediately. You know, I think that if you put yourself in a position to where you are going to revive someone by hand, then absolutely 100% it should be something that is not going to start their health regeneration immediately. You should be going out of your way. It's almost like it should be a punishment. And I know that that's going to sound bad, right? But it should almost be a punishment for the person that got down, that they got down. Then they have to have someone go out of their position to revive them. And then they have that health regeneration delay still until they hit that time limit before they start regaining HP. That's just the way that it is, and it should be that way, in my opinion, to where it kind of balances the game out a little bit more than it currently does. If they took away one of these two, and it realistically doesn't matter because they scale the same, like I said, the only Lifeline has the health regeneration immediately property baked into it, which you could put into the rogue's abilities, right? If you look at Saint's ability, so for Saint's passive and active ability, his revive drone, of course, he throws the drone out, it heals anybody on the map. For his passive ability, reviving a teammate heals both of you for a significant amount. So whenever he revives someone, they get an HP boost, which I think puts him up to 60 HP. And then he gets an HP boost even when he's in a gunfight. So that is baked into it. You could do the exact same thing with Dahlia, where when she revives her marked target, then it allows that target to start regaining their HP back immediately, and like not give them a health boost like Saint does, but it stops that effect where you can't start regenerating HP as quickly. And you can bake it into her entire kit if you wanted to, where even if she revives someone by hand, then it still allows you to get that HP start to regenerate at that moment of the revive happening. I really don't think that we need both of these. I really think that we could adjust the percentages and maybe make it something like 20% for rare, 50% for epic, and then 75% for legendary. Or if that's too much, do it 20% for rare, and then do it 35% for epic and then 45% for legendary, or something like that. Like, you could go in there and you could make it beneficial, because whenever you look at Saints Kit, he has access to helping hands at a legendary and also lifeline at a rare. So that is 60% healing faster, which is about a 1.5 second revive. So if you put in there that 50% is that legendary level and you only give it to like maybe 2-3 people max, then that's not going to feel completely broken. And since we have multiple supports in the game that act as supports like Seeker and Runway, then it would be beneficial to give those characters access to higher tiers of Lifeline or Helping Hands, whichever one they decide to keep and run with, and that way it gives them that extra push, that extra benefit to getting in there and actually reviving someone. I don't think it would be such a bad idea. I don't see the need for having multiple versions of basically the same exact perk, where one perk has some small caveat to it. I think that they could absolutely get rid of one of these things and then just adjust the percentages based on the amount of healing for, like, around Saints specifically with the revive drone, because 60% is very fast. You could cap it at 50% and have 50% be legendary, give it to 2, maybe 3 rogues, and then sprinkle the rest throughout the rogues gallery and be done with it. That's absolutely where I'm feeling that it should be and it should go to. And then, of course, if they introduce a perk system kind of like Battlezone is, where you can upgrade your perks as you go, maybe you're playing with a team that are not getting down quite as much. So maybe you don't want to invest the economy into something that allows you to heal faster because you're not realistically healing all that much. You know, or maybe you need more of it, so you need to invest more money into it to get it at that legendary level so that you can actually revive people a little bit faster. And I think that that would be a really cool way, and it would, of course, cause a little bit of balancing to happen after the fact. But if they were able to introduce upgradable perks into all game modes like that, then of course you would have to go in there and you would have to tweak what some of these perks actually are, like their final values, because everybody having legendary armor running around would feel pretty bad. Everybody running around with legendary life drain would feel pretty bad. But if they only have access to like this core set of perks for this specific rogue, like they currently have access to these perks, and then you can play with the economy to get 2 of them at a legendary and the rest of them fill out where they fill out, then I don't think that that would be anywhere quite as bad. You'd have to be very, very careful with characters that have access to like armor and life drain, so that it doesn't completely upset the balance of the game even more than it's already upset. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that we need access to both Lifeline and Helping Hands? Do you think that we should get rid of one of them? And do you think that they should create another revive perk in the game? Do you think that there should be something else that you have access to, where maybe you bleed out slower whenever you are down, or maybe you take less damage whenever you are down, so that it allows someone to get to you and revive you before the end of the round happens? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. I would be very interested to see what ideas you guys have for perks out there. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm so old, I remember when Snapple came in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
Anymore?
Ah, dude.
I haven't had a Snapple in
Bottle. I
years.
bought one. I went to the store.